And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Wednesday's rendition of the Cream live stream. And today is a very exciting topic. Exciting, but kind of a little bit negative because it's going to actually expose a lot of things that are going on in the macro environment. There's a lot of people right now borrowing and tapping into their emergency funds. And the number one hardship that is listed on people's reasoning for tapping into this emergency money is to prevent an eviction or prevent a foreclosure. So we're going to be referencing an article that we pulled up on Market Watch, written by Morningstar, which is the media outlet. They're like a financial news kind of place. But I found this interesting. And what we're going to be really talking about here today is us as real estate investors. How does this affect us? And more importantly, most importantly, how do we capitalize on this time that we're living in right here, right now? So with that said, RJ, how you feeling today, my man?
Feeling good. Back in the studio. We've been traveling for some time. You were traveling for a couple weeks. We went out of
Yes.
town for an event in Nashville. Um, what I keep hearing from everybody in the room and some of these rooms is that the market's changing a little bit. Inventory is just sitting, and we see it. And in our market, in Ohio, it's just there's more inventory. I mean, there's 15 or 1,800 more homes for buyers to go and look and choose from just in Franklin County and the surrounding counties around it. So
That's a
make sure.
1,500 increase you're seeing from when to when, month over month, or?
So from when I last saw February to May is when I saw that jump, and then I haven't looked today, but it's a massive jump. So what it means is that the stays on market are up. And inventory is sitting. You just have more buyers. They're picky, obviously, with the where the rates are at. They're going to be a little bit more picky because it's a commitment to them, and they don't, they're not trying to buy a house that for 30 and have a 30-year mortgage that they're not going to be happy with that payment, with that situation that they're in. So they're just taking their time, and they've got more inventory to go through. So they're just probably that's just the behavior that they're at. But I don't blame them because I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be picking the best house, and there's just more inventory out there. But that's what I'm seeing. But I also heard that in the rooms that we're in, that it's a little bit challenging right now. So
It's challenging for everybody, and let me share this with you. It's not just the rates. The rates obviously are higher than they have been in years prior. But what nobody's talking about, in fact, I'm going to create a video. I was going to do it today, but I'm going to do it probably tomorrow, and I'm going to share, what our insurance agent has been sending out to his clients. The insurance, RJ, insurance and taxes is the silent killer to homeowners right now that no one's talking about. Everybody's talking about interest rates going up and interest rates are higher. Everybody, the property taxes and insurance costs are exploding, and that affects home buyers. It probably affects home buyers more than the interest rates. Yes, it's a big jump, but interest rates are hovering, I think, right below 7% as we speak here today. They just floated down a little bit in the month of June. Now we're in July. We got to kind of see where the interest rates are really dictated by where the inflation comes in. So
mhm.
when the month of June, the inflation numbers came in pretty good. The inflation looked like it was coming down a little bit. So therefore, they lower the rates a little bit. This is kind of softens it a little bit. Now we got to see what happens in July. But more so than the interest rates, I'm telling you, the taxes and the insurance are just absolutely nasty right now. And that's what people look at. It's not just remember what we teach, and everybody knows PITI, right? When you're looking to buy a house, your total payment is PITI. Principal and interest, that's the loan. The interest rate affects the P and I, but then the TI at the end of that, the taxes and the insurance got to be factored in, and it's pricing a lot of people out. So home sellers need to come down on their price.
They
right?
do.
I mean, with the expenses so high, if a buyer can't afford the house, the buyer's not going to buy your house. So there's only one way to get them interested, and that's to lower the price. And that's what we're seeing: increase of inventory. I kind of feel like it's like a sprint almost a little bit right now to get stuff on the market and get it sold. It feels like a topping kind of environment right now. But we're seeing a lot of homeowners, and I predict, and what I'm seeing here is a lot of people are probably going to be bringing their house to the market um, simply because they're running out of money. We're seeing people run out of money, and it's not just us, but we're seeing on a national scale. And this is the article we're going to be referencing here today. But RJ, people are tapping into their 401ks. What's going on with this stuff?
Well, I think that they're just, I mean, they're desperate. They're not, the wages haven't increased, the property taxes, insurance. So what are they going to do? They've been saving this money from all of that, from 18 to 2021 when it was a bull market, and they've got some savings. Thank God that they had some savings. So now they're like, well, I got to tap into that. And it's that those are the times that we're in, and what I see though is opportunity. I see opportunity for us to, um, we've been marketing to motivated sellers for a while. There's an opportunity to help relieve somebody that is in that situation. They've got the savings, they have a house that they can't afford anymore. So, what do we do? Well, we've got more options now to help them with if we have a creative side of the business where we're taking stuff subject to, or doing just a number of creative ways, wrapping this and that to make it work for them in their situation. I remember us doing a deal where we literally, someone had to move out of the house, going to Florida. They couldn't afford their payments anymore, so we did a subject to. But then we also helped them with their moving costs, and we were able to get a good deal. We still have that one on Dewberry, and so we're primed for this storm, what we're calling, because this is the stuff that if you have just one way to make money, which is if you're just like all about wholesaling and it's cash and that's it, you're going to find it difficult to find that seller that has you're difficult to find a way to help that seller, because now the seller needs some more creative solutions. So the opportunity is that there's going to be a lot of that. I'm seeing that a lot more out there in the social media world, where there's a lot of creative stuff going on. I think having that piece in your tool kit, it's going to allow you to thrive. Um, I mean, we've had several conversations with private money lenders saying like, "Hey, you guys still looking to deploy, because there's going to be some opportunity right now with what's going on in the market." So we're ready.
Talk to
We're
one
ready.
today, bro. You know what I've been doing, and everybody needs to do this. Keep your relationship capital. RJ, you always talk about relationship capital, right? Relationship capital is probably the most important capital to focus on, because it doesn't matter what's going on with that economy, with their interest rates, with inflation. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
When your
it doesn't.
relationship capital is strong, you are able to capitalize on anything that the market bears, right? And you want to have every single tool in the toolbox. You got to be able to be creative, bob and weave here. You got to move a little bit. Things are always moving. The person who stays still is the person who's dying, right? You're in quicksand. We are constantly pivoting. It is a fast moving world over here in our real estate business. And this is what we teach. So, if you are new to real estate, we work with new people all the time. If you're somebody who is a bit experienced and you're looking to scale up and do it appropriately and be successful long term, we work with people like that all the time as well, right? People who have not got their first deal and people who already have. I mean, we got people in our program who have been doing real estate a long time, Nathan and Phil, and they're
Hmm.
taking down packages of homes and raising millions of dollars. So whatever your level of real estate is, we're able to work with you, and just hit us up. Our program launch has really been thriving. Everybody in there, pretty much, I don't know anyone who's not doing deals. We just followed up with our community with personal emails and whatnot. I'm seeing these email responses come back. I'm doing a land deal. Oh, I'm raising the rents over here. I just took down this flip. It's like, I love it. I love it. There's
Yeah.
opportunity. And this is what we're going to continue to do. And we're most excited. RJ and I are buying too. We bought two last week. We got another one coming. In fact, we got a one coming. We live in Ohio. We're flipping one in Texas right now. You got to go where the money's to be made and where you have boots on the ground and where you have a network and whatnot. So with that being said, let me share my screen if I may. Feels so good to be back in the office, I'll tell you that. It ain't easy out there. What do you say, RJ? It's like when you're on quote unquote out of town, you're just parenting in another state. It's nonstop.
Yeah, especially when you have kids that are as active as our kiddos are. Yeah, it's not really a vacation. But hey, I had a good time. And when we go to Hilton Head. Hilton Head's nice, very, very kid friendly. Highly recommend that. Um,
I see you online keeping up with them workouts too. I see those. I see you doing some burpees online.
I was doing burpees there. Sometimes you got to use your body weight here, Let me see. Is that what we do here? Oh, look at that. Learn a new trick on Restream. You
You
guys
see
see?
what I'm doing now? I've been doing that. Okay, this is probably our 10th week using free Restream, and we just figured out you got to hit the little toggle switch. Is that what you just learned?
I just did. I just did.
So,
Yes.
so let's get into this a little bit. And by the way, RJ, I did my burpees yesterday as well. The little voice inside my head, because I already did 55 burpees at the CrossFit class, and then I'm like, all right, let me just do 45 more. That'll bring me up to 100. Then I can say I did at least 100 burpees a day. Nah, man, that's the inner weakness. So you know what I did? 150 more. So I ended at 205 burpees
There
yesterday.
you go.
Everybody, don't listen to that inner. You know what that I call it the inner bitch. Let's just call it like it is. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I call it the inner bitch. And what that is actually limiting beliefs. We're kind of conditioned to think that we're like, not enough, or my feelings are hurt and I don't want to work hard. I don't want to train hard. You got to pay attention to that inner bitch and you got to get out and make it happen regardless of how you feel. So,
Very true.
with this being said, hardship withdrawals from 401k plans rocket nearly 40% as savers fight to save their homes. That's ridiculous. So here's what I learned from this. So this comes from Vanguard. First off, Vanguard is one of the absolute biggest companies when it comes to financial management, especially 401ks. I mean, they're the big dog. You want to talk about, the these guys are like running the world basically. This is like a massive firm, so their numbers are valid, and they see a lot of data, and basically, up 40%, and that's just since 2023. So between 2023 and 2024, we're up 40%. Here's a big one: it's actually doubled since 2021. It's up 100% since 2021. And basically, what is most alarming, if you can see my screen, what is most alarming is that these withdrawals are taking place during an apparent economic boom where the unemployment rate has been below 4% for the last 2.5 years. So this is just an interesting time that we're in. A lot of people are struggling. Costs are going up all over the place, yet the stock market is at all-time highs. If you were going to pull money from your 401k, if you had to because you got a hardship, now's the time to do it. These 401k accounts are looking fat. And it's another thing what everybody should really be talking about. As a real estate investor, you should be having some conversations with people. It's like, look, might be if you own a, but if one of your private lenders or potential private lenders has a bunch of money in the stock market, guys, we're like at the top. I mean, the S&P 500 just hit a new all-time high this week or end of last week. We're at the top, man. Now's the time. Maybe it's time to take a little money off the table. Take that money off the table. Get involved in real estate, because obviously the writing's on the wall here. Homeowners are struggling. If you were to sell, if somebody was, I'm not here to give financial advice, but I think it's a potentially good play. Personally, I mean, this is probably, just my personal opinion. Unload the stocks. We're at the top. Sit on some cash on the sidelines and get ready for some good buys when it comes to the real estate stuff. I did a post the other day, and a lot of people, related to this. Interest rates don't matter. Even if interest rates go up again, interest rates don't matter when you know how to buy stuff at 50 cents on the dollar. Who
Mm-hmm.
cares? Right? We are still very successful with our cash out refinance business, our Burr business. Why? What is the foundation of all real estate investing and all investing is buying
Don't,
good deals.
don't
That's
overpay.
don't overpay. No one ever got rich by paying too much for something.
Yeah.
No one ever got rich paying for retail. So when you pay in retail for anything, so when you hear a lot of this talk about interest rates and stuff like that, you talk to guys like RJ and I, it doesn't matter as much because we are buying such deeply discounted properties. We pay our private lenders 10 to 12%. I just worked out a payoff today. We're paying a lender right now on a deal 9% and 3 points. Do you think we care? No.
Mm-mm.
Why? Because we're about to make a crap load of money on this deal. Interest rates do not matter when you're buying a home run deal that you could monetize. RJ, feedback on this.
Yeah, look, it's the numbers just move around in a market like we're at. Like there's money was being made in the 80s when interest rates were freaking 18%, 20%. You can still make money in that. And relatively, like, it's not that high. 7 and 8% is not that high. We were just so used to,
Correct.
2 and 3%.
Three,
Like,
four, yep.
so when we got in the game, that's what it was. It was like 7, 8, and 9%. That's what it was. And then you got the bull run that we had, 2 to 3. Can you still you can get that if you take a mortgage over someone's mortgage that they purchased. There's a whole strategy to that. We show people how to do that, but it's just the numbers change. So what do you got to do when interest rates are 7 and 8%? You just got to get a better deal up front. And there's certain um, you know motivation or marketing techniques to get those good deals at 40 and 50 cents on the dollar. Still, you can still do that. Is it readily available? Well, no, it's going to require some work. It's going to require a sales process. It's going to require following up. It's not going to be the one call close like everybody likes. You just got to put in the work.
Come
And
on
the
now.
work is, you know, calling more motivated sellers, getting in front of them, having a process, going and making the offer, getting it over the phone if you can. Sometimes you got to go and shake hands in person. Um, that's what happens in our business, to say the least. So the numbers just change, and you just have to be willing to go with what's in front of you. And as Dave said in the beginning, you got to be kind of nimble and dynamic, and that's what we've always done to kind of thrive in the kind of the current interest rate environment that we're in. So, but for you guys that are watching, I just want to touch on this. Like, we are buying, and I will share with you what I put in here. You can, see if I can I share this? How do I share the screen from you,
So
Dave?
there's a little pointed arrow in Restream. If you see right in the middle at the bottom, there you
Yeah.
go. I got your toggle. Boom, you're sharing.
All right. So let's see here. This is our buy box, guys. Add to this. And so look, if your assignment fee is 5, 10, 15, I don't care. As
Nope.
long as it meets our buying criteria. And so what we like to be is here's our areas: Columbus, Dayton, Cincinnati, Mansfield. Minimum 3 bedrooms, 1 bath preferred. Garage is preferred. Basement is preferred. Square footage, a little bit bigger home is preferred. Your built 1950 plus, and then our all in. This is super important. We'd like to see it at 65 or better percent or less, because this allows us to have some, cushion here for unexpected things. And what we consider the hardest part about the business, probably arguably, is the construction and management. All in right here, 65%. If you got these deals, send
Yeah.
them our way. Connect with Dave and I. Our IG is right there. I've been connecting with a lot of y'all because we're in buy mode. I was looking at deals last night. Um, I do it pretty quickly. If you guys want us to get on here and these type of live streams and go on and basically show you how we underwrite deals, let us know. I like kind of doing. I'm already doing it all day, every day. Um, I my team does it also, our team. But if you want us to kind of behind the scenes show you kind of what how we do it, let us know in the comments because love to hop on and add more value to you, and then maybe it'll help you get us some deals, and then we can give you, we've got free contracts, we've got a lot of freebies, y'all. Just reach out if you need help. But this is what we're kind of up to. We're also interested in multifamily. Um, if you got something like that, I'd love to take a look at it. I'm not going to put the buy box. This is, everyone in our community is kind of already going after houses, so this is what we're looking for. Multifamily, love to see what y'all get. If you have somebody that is interested and highly motivated, and you need help getting the deal, reach out to us on Instagram. Our handles are on this live stream right now, or if you're in YouTube, send us a message. But this is what we're up to. Go ahead, Dave.
You can literally just steal this buy box. I mean, and if you were to just make this your own buy box, you're gonna do pretty well. It's a conservative approach. I mean, this is not pie in the sky real estate here. RJ and I were, what are we bullish on? Affordable housing, Section 8. Um, so, I mean, this is great, RJ. And, the all in 65% is basically, we want to be, when we refinance these deals, the lender who's going to give us what they call permanent financing, the refi lender is only giving us 75%.
Mhm.
That's why we want to be all in for 65%. This way it'll cover any miscellaneous fees that the lender is going to charge. It's going to ideally give us some cash back, a little bit of cash back. But that's a very conservative buy box. So when we do this refinance, we're not bringing any money to the table. We can pay back our private lender in full and then own this, stack this up as a rental property. And, we're targeting properties. Typically, ARV is going to be, what do you think, RJ? 150 to 250 is kind of like the wheelhouse for ARV for affordable housing.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So the rents, so if you want to, I'll add this too. The rents that we're looking for, because we really like our Section A model, has got to be 1,200 and or more. Um, and it's probably going to pay out around 13 or 1,400, even in some areas 1,500 for a 3 bedroom. But that's what I'd like to see for rents on these. So if you are quickly going through and trying to go through your leads and see something, quick sniff test is the 1% rule. But if it's less than 1,200 in rent, we're typically going to not want to be in that area because it's too it's just going to be too management intensive. So typically where we're seeing our rents is like right before you get to the suburbs. Not saying that we're opposed to the suburbs, um, but that's kind of what we're up to. This is where we're pointing our marketing. We've got boots on the ground here, and we can buy as many as you guys can send them to us that fit this buy box. Now, we'll tell you this: you're not going to get rich off of us. We're happy to pay your off the one deal. You'll get rich with us eventually, right? But this thing all in 65% is something that we want to stick to. And if you can get good deals, which I know you can, we can help you get good deals. But we're not going to look at your like assignment fee at all. You can make a lot of money with us. But we're also trying to buy a volume. And so I'm not gonna like, oh, I'm not gonna like beat you up on your like, for example, like we had a guy that was gonna make a really good assignment fee. I gave him his asking price, but he got greedy and whatever. Like I'm never gonna do business with that wholesaler because I gave him what he want. Don't you hate that when that happens? Like you're giving somebody what they want, they get it, and then they try to squeeze more of you. I'm not gonna look at your assignment fee or try and squeeze you out. Like, but I'm letting you know that relationship capital is real. And I'm looking to build more of a long-term relationship with you because maybe eventually we get to do deals together. Maybe there's a bigger project that we can infuse some of our capital on. I'm looking at it from a bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
not just one transaction get super, I mean, and I wasn't even looking at his assignment. I knew there was going to be probably it was like 15 or 20K assignment fee, which I'm fine with. It made sense. But unfortunately, whatever, someone else came in and offered more, even though I gave him everything that he wanted, this guy. But hey, it is what it is. Relationship capital is real, especially in markets like we're in right now. All
Yeah.
the private lenders that we have right now have been relationships that we've nurtured back in 15, 16, 17, 18, like all those years. And it's very real. Now it's a little bit easier now for us to raise capital. So
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's quiet out there as far as like the people who everybody was wholesaling in 2021. This place, it was insane out there everywhere, all over our Facebook group. People are promoting deals, this and that. It's so quiet right now. It's quiet. A lot of people are out the game. And that's why relationship capital is so important, because the amount of the number of like real deal buyers out there, very few. So if
mhm.
you got a relationship with a real deal buyer, like RJ's talking about, we got the money, we're buying, we're in buy mode. How many people are actually like us, RJ, in buy mode, ready to crush, not only buy this particular wholesale deal from this guy, but buy your next 10? I mean, you got us in your back pocket. You could just go literally point your marketing right towards our buy box and be the bird dog. You can make $200,000 in the next 6 months, like for real, with very little risk, very little capital. You could literally, if you're a bird dog and a wholesaler, you could take our buy box, point your marketing at exactly just that, and wholesale everything to us. If you have a buyer like that, what you're doing is reverse engineering your marketing and your business strategy, and just keep wholesaling, mark it up 10, 20K a pop. You're doing at least 2, 3 deals a month with us. You're going from working in your living room right now, or turning your side hustle into something you're making $1 million a year cash. Yes, it's wholesale fees. Perfect. That's what you need, is an infusion of cash. So yeah, relationship capital is important. We're here to be your buyer, but we're also happy to teach you exactly how to be an active investor yourself, how to point your marketing at these areas. We're still marketing, we're still raising money. That's where I think the biggest opportunity lies, is raising the money, right? I was on the phone with a private lender today. Why? Because it's her birthday on the
Mm,
5th. It's not even their birthday. I'm all over Facebook. Everybody, we need to start. This is technology. It does not mean you don't pick up the phone anymore. So there's still small town values. This is still a people business.
yeah.
Everything's a personal touch, right? It's not about just sending a blast email and then hopefully somebody raises their hand and wants to do business with you. Pick up the phone. Know when it's somebody's birthday, right? I mean, this is like, I think this is, what I learned from a different mentor, RJ, is like books like The 4 Hour Work Week, and everybody wants to be so tech savvy. Hey, there's no replacing that personal touch and that human character, that personal touch to be successful, right? I mean, this is like the Rockefeller habits here. This is like what he did. I mean, he was in his Rolodex. He had a whole journal and notebook. He knew the names of everybody's kids. He knew the names of everybody's pets. So every time he ran into somebody at a gathering, he was shaking hands and asking, "How's your wife, Kathy, doing?" It's like people are like, "You remembered that conversation?" Yes, because I journal every single person I talk to. I remember their family. I remember, this is Rockefeller. He was a
Yeah.
beast. So that element of business has not gone away, but sometimes people, I think, they get so jaded or clouded with this whole technology stuff. We gotta focus on relationship capital, raise a ton of money so we can capitalize on the opportunities ahead of us.
Yeah, I mean, like if you can use technology to get a hold of somebody, but then you got to pick up the phone and make that human to human connection. That's never going to go away, ever.
We're seeing
Like
that with
that's
our, with different title companies out there, RJ. They got the best tech, and you ask a simple question, and they say, "Oh, hey, log into the system." And I'm not trying to log into the fucking system here. Could just let me know, did the money come in or not? Like there's certain things here, RJ. It's like if you got someone on your team and you're like, hey, can you send me the spreadsheet that I'm working off to look at the KPIs, and they say, oh, it's in the Google Drive. That's not what I asked you. Send it to
Yeah,
me so I can move quickly. I need to move. That is like this. I don't work or operate well. I just need answers so I can continue to move forward. Same as you, man. It's like, look, I'm not paying you to tell me where it's at. I'm paying you to actually send it to me. Right.
absolutely, absolutely.
So, in moral of the story, everybody, we're kind of winding this thing down. And here's the thing: homeowners are struggling out there. Costs are increasing faster than income is increasing. That's it. I mean, the costs are going up faster than the money's being made, right? This puts people in a bind. Where's the cost going up? Mostly for existing homeowners, it's not the interest rate. Yeah, for new buyers, the interest rate matters, but for an existing homeowner, they're sitting back on a 4%, 5% mortgage already. They're chilling. It's the insurance costs. Their payments are going up. No one's talking about this. Property taxes have gone up. Insurance costs have gone up. Therefore, their PITI payment, the P in the I is not gone up. The T in the I is going up. So they're getting squeezed and they're getting pinched, but they're
Yeah,
not making more money. So people are tapping into their hardship money. People are tapping into their emergency money. That's killing their retirement. Think about it. They're borrowing from the future. They're taking their future away to pay today's bills. And
crazy.
a lot of people are saying enough is enough. Let's get the house on the market. RJ just commented he's seeing inventory go up. It's all over the country. Inventory is up like 50% in places like Tampa. We're a little slower here in Central Ohio where we focus, but you go to the boom towns of Texas, you go to the boom towns in um, Florida, inventory is way up, right? But we're seeing it increase everywhere because people are needing to sell because the payments are going up, mostly because of the taxes, the insurance, and people are borrowing from their 401ks to keep their house afloat. It's just a matter of time before that well runs dry. And guess what? They're going to be calling you to buy their property. You need to be able to act fast, and having access to private money is going to allow you to act fast. Take care of your relationships, everybody. This is it, right? RJ and I have had many, many hard times in this business, but guess what we've always done? Paid our lenders. We paid our lenders before we paid ourselves. Therefore, they'll continue to do business with us. We got people ready to rock right now, and that's why RJ's saying we're buying, we're buying, we're buying, because we have more lenders than we have properties right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's go. RJ, put a
It's,
bow on this thing. Where are we at?
well, here's the thing. If you guys have any interest in learning how to raise capital, any interest in buying some deals creatively, reach out. We're on all the social platforms. If Instagram's your deal, right here at RJ Pepino at the Real Dave Fee. If you have any questions about anything, if you're struggling on like how to transact a wholesale deal or how it all works, go get our free book. Um, I think it's creamfreebook.com.
I
That's my
just sent
wholesale.
it. I'm actually going to put this in the comments on YouTube. Um,
It's a great guide. We
and
have
we're
a
coming
copy
out
of
with
it
it. Tell them
here.
what we're coming out with, too.
Yeah, so we're actually coming out with a guide on how to buy affordable housing, Section 8 rentals, our experience of the many, many years to do this, how we find the deal, fund it, how we manage it. All of this is coming to you. We're going to create a guide on how to do this so you can literally just get the guide and go and execute. You know, some people can execute on their own, some need a little bit more guidance and hand holding. Okay, we're here. We're
Cream
here.
free book, by the way, RJ. Cream free book. Let me share my screen
Grab,
here real quick.
yeah,
Um,
grab the guide, y'all, because we can. If you're having trouble with that at all, we can help you. We've helped many, many, many students. Wholesaling is out there. There's a lot of free and free advice out there already, but this is our 91 pages of how we can, how you can wholesale real estate. Wholesale it to us. We're in buy mode. Grab the book. I'd love to see. I'd love to get the your opinion on it too. We're getting a lot of good feedback on this. It's free for right now. I'm thinking about putting on Amazon. I don't know. I don't even know how to do that, but our marketing guy was wanting to put that on there. Grab it now while it's still free. It's an amazing guide. Our buy box, right here. Let me grab the screen real quick. Toggle, bam, right here.
Let's go.
This is it, y'all. If you don't have any questions about this buy box or about what's going on in the market, now's the time. I can't see my screen, but Dave, do you have any questions, any burning desires from the community? Everyone's
So,
quiet.
no questions at the moment, but just be ready to pounce, everybody. We're here. We're active in the comments on YouTube every single day. We're
Yeah.
replying to people. So let us know any questions. If you're watching the replay, put your comments, put your questions in there. We will reply. We reply to every single comment, assuming it's not a troll comment. And that's it, everybody. So, hey, focus on raising money. This is what we're doing. We're getting back to it. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect 10. We're doing deals over here. You know where to find us. Thank you for being a valued member of the Cream community. And we will see you all on the next video.